Wait a second. Oh. Where am I? Of course, of course. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Also, you're hearing the game. It's already. Okay. VTube Studio is opening up. The VTube Studio is opening up. We're I'm waiting for it to start up. Oh, don't tell me it's going to try to draw. It's going to try to draw. Oh no. Okay. No, the webcam turned on. Okay. I forgot to power the mod. one normal beginning to a stream. That's one thing that I'm noticing. Okay, so well, it's usual for an indie VTuber. I mean maybe. Yo, Atari, yo, yes, yo, fights. How is everyone doing? I'm gonna be honest, I almost didn't start with the live chatting screen, but like, I do think that there are a few things that I could talk about before going into the stream. I'm going to set a timer so that I don't talk for over half an hour. About average yeah, that's what I was that's what I was going to talk about. Okay, so you may have heard that there was a situation this Monday. Scuff screams guaranteed. Yes, 100%. There was a little something that happened in Portugal on Monday, which was nobody had power for a very long time, and apparently the place where I am was one of the, well, I don't know if it was one of the last ones to get power, but it definitely was not one of the first. We only got power at around 11:30 p.m. Like, I have family in places where at 6 something p.m. they already had power. So I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't have any plans for that day, because yeah, those would have Yup. Yeah, no, you're right, New Around. Yeah. So yeah, like you might have heard, it did not affect just Portugal. It affected the whole of Spain as well, and I think parts of France. I've heard someone say that it also affected, like, for example, Holland, but I am not 100% sure about that. The only person that I've heard talk about that was one of my coworkers, and I'm not sure if I trust everything that she says, because like, I don't know how my coworkers are in terms of some of these things, like, for example, of being prone to believe misinformation or something like that, because, for example, some of my family members, like, they fully bought on to, you know, the early reports that, oh, this might be a cyber attack and stuff, and those were very quickly debunked, but some of my family was still like, oh, but if this is, then we have to think about what might happen and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, that was debunked like 2 hours ago. What the heck? I hope you got juice for later this week. I'm holding you to that, the Portuguese Falcon, later this week. Yes, okay, so because of that, and because yesterday I had a recording session, I wasn't able to actually do anything in those, like, in that regard. That's an extra thing to put on my to-do list. So yeah, I am going to see if I can talk to some Portuguese VTubers. If they can't make it, then we'll just have the watch along. We'll just have the watch along ourselves. I thought that someone who might be interested in a watch-along of Capitão Falcão could be Dr. Nova from V4 Mirai. It definitely seems up her alley. The problem is, the movie is a bit political in nature, so I'm not sure if she would be completely okay with it. Well, she would probably be okay with it. I don't know if her managers would be okay with it. Second, it is kind of last minute. Like, even if I had been able to contact people like on Monday, it would still have been last minute. So yeah. Hi, Star Quartz. Yes, my Game Boy is alive. That's another cool thing. Well, not the blackout wasn't cool. The blackout was not cool. But that's another thing that happened. Yeah, I managed to clean out my Game Boy in my Game Boy Color. It was the first operation that I have ever made, like, of that level of oh, if you touch this is going to hurt your skin or something like that. Like, it was the first time that I did something like that. You know, clean out you know, battery acid debris from a piece of electronic material. And yeah, no, my Game Boy is alive, and my game cartridge is also alive, which is the reason why I went to get it in the first place. It was to, like, turn it on and make sure that the game cartridge's battery was still working. And as you saw in the photos that I posted, it is. Like, I can, like, that game that I started, I think it was, I've had this thing for a while now with the Pokemon games, which I am kind of going to invoke with the Nuzlocke, which is, I've always had this thing of wanting to make, like, a series of games, a series of, like, a marathon, like a whole marathon in which each of the main characters is, you know, their own person, and imagine, like, their personality and stuff. And that game was meant to be one of those, except that the names of the characters are also names of, like, movies that came out at the same time. Like, it was a whole thing. Tralalero, tralala. Yes. Yes, indeed, Barney. Very, very eloquent. Spain, Portugal. Yes, accurate. Andorra, Gibraltar, southern France, and Moroccan orange-based internet. Okay, yeah, there you go. So yeah, it was a little bit more all-encompassing than I had originally made it out to be. But yeah, no, like, the good thing is, as far as I can tell, no big repercussions came from that. Like, most people who had stuff that was liable to go wrong if there was no power already had generators. For example, at least here in Portugal, I don't know anything about, you know, about other countries or other regions that were also affected. Yes, the Azores and Madeira were not affected, which of course, that was one of the first things that I thought. Like, wait, they are pretty far out. I'm pretty sure that they have their own means of generating and using power. So yeah. No, I did not. I know how that sounds. Okay. It's like the. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with my brain when it comes to these things. Okay. When it comes to these things, you know, these quasi catastrophic events, I don't know. I think that I'm probably, at least from what I see in comparison to how other people react to it. What? Its spirits, somebody goes wrong, or too many, or too significant. Walt Disney? Yeah, I don't know. No, I haven't been doing any spirit summoning lately. There hasn't been a need for it. Also, I haven't been asked to do it all that much. Actually, I should keep on top. I am not being a good grand shaman right now because I don't know what moon it is today or at all, actually. Walt didn't defrost. He was cremated. He was he was cremated. Unless the ashes were frozen after, like yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna talk about, Maiden. Also, hi! Of course, Elmer, of course you know he was cremated. Of course you know. Do you think I didn't know that you knew that Walt Disney was cremated? I know. Atari tried to see if he could hook a Game Boy to the power grid and did a whoopsie. Yes, that is the reason why the blackout happened, and I fully take responsibility. If anyone wants to put me in chains over it, I'll take it. No, that's okay. That's okay, PPA. You're not all that late. You're not all that late. Don't worry about it. Children's laughter suddenly filling the streets again and neighbors talking at their windows. Actually, well, here's the thing. Where I live, there wasn't, a lot. There wasn't, like, a lot that was different. The thing that was the most different was, like, okay, so my mom went shopping, and one of the hypermarkets, because that's what they're called, she saw a lot of people with, like, buying a lot of stuff, and she was like, well, that's kind of weird. But yeah, people tend to panic in these kinds of situations, and that's what I was gonna kind of talk about. That I think I view these things a little bit differently from most people. For better, for worse, I don't know. I tend to not catastrophize too much. Probably because of all the research and stuff that I do on disasters and how things can go wrong and stuff. So, like, when I saw this happening, first of all, it was not the first blackout that I remember. It probably won't be the last. There's at least two blackouts that I remember that happened in the last 20 years. One was in 2021, if I recall correctly, and I don't remember what actually caused that one, and I don't actually even remember it happening. Which is weird because I usually do register that sort of thing, but there must have been something else going in my... Oh, wait! I was in Lisbon! That's what happened. That's what happened. I was in Lisbon, and I basically did not care. Like everyone was like, oh my god, there's a blackout, and I'm like, yep, there's a blackout. I have my candles out. Yep. It'll come back eventually. Yeah, there you go. Hypermarkets are just huge supermarkets, not markets that got the super emeralds. Yeah, it was... Damn, we only have supermarkets. Portugal is hyper advanced. Yeah, no, like, I don't understand. Like, I don't really understand. Okay, so in Portugal, it's so normal to call those, you know, big supermarkets hypermarkets, but I don't see that in any other language. Like, in any other country, even. Like, I don't know if they call them, like, I don't know, mega stores or something like that. Something, you know, a little bit more glamorous than a hypermarket. But yeah. So yeah, I think that would happen. So yeah. And another one that I remember was in December 2013. That one was also one of those that lasted a whole day, almost. Like, from at least midday to, like, 10 p.m. Lusotropicalism is out. Lusofuturism is in. What matters is we survive the blackout. Yeah, like, I mean, the only way you wouldn't survive the blackout is if, I mean, I don't know. Have there been statistics released? Like, has there been anything, you know, saying, oh yeah, because of the blackout, this and this happened, that there was this accident and whatnot, or this hospital machine stopped working, and because of that, some people died? Like, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything about that. But yeah, as I was saying, the other blackout that I remember, 2013, December, pretty close to Christmas, actually. Yes, I do know the way. You ask that every time, Jonathan, and I always tell you that yes, I do know the way. Or are the ways changing every time that you show up? So what was the clause? Terrorism or renewables? Thunderstorm. That was the cause for the 2013 one. And the thunderstorm remained until pretty late in the evening. But yeah, no, that one was legit a thunderstorm that I think caused a power surge or something like that. And yeah, because it was a more localized thing. It wasn't the entirety of Portugal that time. I think it was only like around the place where I live and, you know, some surrounding areas. Like, yeah. Yeah, no, I know, Jonathan, I know. It's okay. A power surge, you say? Yeah, that's what I assume. That's what I assume. Like, you know, that the power line, like, you know, that lightning hit. What was the 10, Rick? I don't think that they exist. I don't think that they exist in Portugal. Elmer? No. But yeah, no, that one I remember was interesting because it happened during a time where I was super afraid of everything and super afraid of catastrophes and like earthquakes, tsunamis, not so floods, hurricanes. Like, I was terrified of all of that, on top of other things that I was already terrified of, mostly human-made disasters. Well, incidents. Let's call them incidents, because I was afraid of disasters, but I was mostly afraid of human-made incidents. Let's put it like that. So yeah, that blackout specifically to me holds a little bit of a special place in my heart, because like I said, it was close to Christmas. I started the day super panicked, super panicked, because yeah, of all those fears that I already knew. I mean, knowing your area, I'd be concerned, yes. Oh, Jonathan, it's from Star Fox Adventures. It has a great soundtrack. If it blows up, Grandula gets a new beach. Yeah, but so what happened that day And this is just a little story from my younger years. So yeah, like I said, it was close to Christmas. And my family and a couple of other families that live in the same place, it's kind of like, I don't know if I mentioned them before, but it's kind of like, okay, so my mom and my dad came to work in a small town, and then they made friends with two other couples, both with women that worked in one place and the men that worked in the other. Like, they all worked in the same places, and then they all got together, and then they started having kids, and everyone got along super well. So it kind of became like a second family to all of us. So for example, the parents of the other two families, to me, they're more like my uncles rather than, just friends of my parents. Like they're closer to that. And when we, the sons, the children, were younger, we used to have a Christmas party every single year, and the place where it would be held would rotate every year. Like, okay, so on this year it's in the Yeorere house, on the other year is in that house, and on the other year is on that house, and it just kept rotating unless there were like extraneous circumstances that would force the party to have to be held somewhere else. Like if there was construction happening at the house, or if someone couldn't make it, or because they were sick or something. Like, we always found a way to have those parties, and I really do miss them because we haven't been able to have them for a very long time by now. Yeah, so blackout happens on the day that we were going to have that Christmas party. And everyone's first instinct was, call the party off. Let's try again another day. But then it came out that no, it had to be on that day. I don't remember exactly why, probably isn't important. But eventually everyone decided, no, we are having this party come hell or high water. It was fun listening to my mom on the phone. Maybe because of the shifts. I don't know. I don't remember. What I do remember is that I ended up making a drawing of all the children by candlelight. And then I got to show it to everyone at the party, and they liked it, but they were like, I don't see myself in this. Like, it was a drawing that I made of every member, like every one of the children. Well, we were 6 in total, right? So I made a drawing of us, but like if we were in a Japanese fantasy setting. And I took some creative liberties with how everyone looked and what we were wearing and stuff. And it was it was interesting because it also helped me come to grips with the fact that, okay, we don't have electricity and there's a thunderstorm outside, but we can still have fun. We can still have, we can still be with the people that matter to us most, and we can still chill, So yeah. Okay, this is the Cape Claw theme, Jonathan. So yeah, and while we were probably talking about how things weird that, you know, we were having this party all by candlelight. Like, we were already having, like, dinner, late dinner, of course, because it had taken us a while to actually to actually decide, no, we're going to have the party. So yeah, we were having dinner. I think that we were like finishing the second course when the power suddenly came in. When the power suddenly came in, and yay, we have Christmas lights. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I usually remember. That's what I think back to whenever there's, you know, whenever there's, like, you know, a power outage or something like that. Because yeah, power outages, as weird as it is, well, maybe it's not that's maybe it's not I forgot what I was gonna say. Hi, Laketh. No. Let me check. Let me check, actually. Yeah, no, it is. It is Cape Claw. It is Cape Claw from Star Fox Adventures. Composed by David Wise, who is a pretty cool guy. I think he made a lot of awesome soundtracks for rare games. Not just Star Fox Adventures. Star Fox Adventures is just my biggest, like, reference in terms of his work. But yeah, it was super wholesome. Yeah, and at that time, it didn't really, like, it did help me cope with the. Pretty cool is an understatement. Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say that, you know, New Around usually calls Portugal, and there is a very good reason for that. One of them is that our infrastructure is not the best sometimes, and one thing that tends to happen is that every once in a while, power outages happen. And they're not all that common in, like, big cities, like, for example, Lisbon. Like, you know, the 2021 blackout. The 2021 blackout, I remember finding it so weird. I remember finding it so weird that people were panicking, and I was like, this is normal. What the heck are you talking about? David Wise did the soundtrack for the Donkey Kong Country games. Yeah. You guys are basically an Eastern European nation by this point. I mean, yeah, no, the only reason why Portugal is not an Eastern European nation is purely because of its geographical location. Like, being the westernmost country in Europe does not make it the most westernly in terms of everything else. Like, oh man, I remember like I remember there was a time where you know, like, I think it was Portugal, Greece, and Ireland who were put in the same basket, as in, like, why are these countries considered developed? They're like terrible. They're like terrible in these things. Like, they have no money. Everyone is poor. The infrastructure sucks. And then I think that Greece and Ireland managed to get out of there, and I think that we never actually did. I mean, we did to some extent, but also not. It's Eastern Latin American nation, yes. It's so far west and it cycles back around east, yeah. Pretty much. Also it doesn't have something in its history which a lot of Eastern European countries have, which is like it wasn't part of the Soviet Union. In fact, and the movie that we're going to watch, not today, the movie that we're going to watch touches a bit upon that. Man, the government was so terrified of the Soviet Union. You have no idea. Like, I mean, the Red Scare was a thing, like, throughout, like, the entirety of the Western world, like, during the Cold War. But, man, the amount of fear that permeated every single thing that the government did during the dictatorship. Dude. But we once ruled half the world. But did we do a good job, Elmer? Like, I don't think that we're the best people to judge that. Because yeah. I will say though that you just said does think time to stop. Elmer, please. I don't think Spain is a good barometer for like a good. Oh, come on. I wasn't being able to, Wasn't it toppled by a communist coup at the end? Not really. It was a military, it was a military coup. It was a military coup, and yes, there were communist interests involved, but there was also a very huge movement, even within the anti-government, populace, so to speak, to not turn the country to communism. Like that was a legit fear. There were like American plans put in place in case Portugal became a communist nation. Like, they were ready to intervene if Portugal showed any signs of turning to communism. So yeah, it had communist twinges, but it was not it wasn't a communist movement. I mean, yes, it was appropriated by a lot of actual communists in Portugal. But the worry that Portugal would become a communist country was a major fear, not just for the people who were toppled out of power, but the people who were beginning the new government as well. So yeah, Samsung Timer, my nemesis. Yeah. No, it wasn't Coot, but its dictator simply slipped on the bar of soap. No new around you. No, he fell out of his chair. We can't think of the dictator naked. What is that gonna do to his hold on the country? Like, what are people gonna think? That they're gonna think that he takes baths? He takes baths, he gets naked and sits in a tub? Like, huh? Sorry, Quiverat. We're talking about Portuguese history. We're talking about Portuguese history. I'm so sorry, Quiverat. A Portuguese ruler's tub is the world's ocean. Like he was Hey, Quiver, and a tangent is forming. I mean, I did set the timer. I did set the timer, so it's about time that we do away with we do away with the pre-stream Zats. I mean the Zatsu is already part of the stream, but yeah. Our dictator is a regular human being and does a regular private hygiene. The horror! Kind of a questionable one. Yeah, no, I know. Like I file these sorts of tangents about, like, you know, the all of this is filed under history. We're talking about it from like an outside point of view. Like, for example, I'm not gonna go into, for example, with if lusotropicalism was good or not, because that's very iffy. No matter what you say. Like, most people would agree that it's bad, but this is not really the type of channel where that would be like discussed. Like, we were only gonna say it happened. Disclaimer: no naked dictators were harmed during the course of this Yap section. I have a feeling that timer isn't gonna help much. I mean, I can just I can just do this. And now we're in the game. Also, I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited for this part of the game because I'm going to ask you guys for your opinion on one thing, and that is my in-game character's hair. Because I am going to unlock a hairstyle that I think is a little bit closer to mine. Problem is, it's kind of short, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because I also think that there's gonna be a lot of, like, requests and stuff like that, and this that I'm saying is part of one of those requests. It's Arceus' request. I just have to, like, I have to get her a Miss Drevis. So we are going to. Oh man, my headphones are deteriorating. I mean, they are pretty old. They are pretty old. I think I bought these, like, I don't know, 7 years ago? I used to have 2 pairs of these. And then the problem with the other ones is that the cats chewed on one of the wires and it was way too close for it to be fixed. So bleh. I will voice my opinion now because the male ponytail is the best hairstyle ever in a Pokemon game. Agreed. I'm just not sure. Like, for example, I like this, but I feel like the one that I'm going to unlock is a little bit closer to mine. So, like, if we could have, like, a middle ground between this and the one that I'm gonna try to go for, I think that would be perfect. Like, yes, the taste of honey. I don't know why I'm unlocking these quests. I'm not really gonna do. I'm not really gonna do them unless I absolutely have to. But yeah, I will voice my opinion now because I already read that. Sorry. Wait, we can't be in the game already. There's still another half an hour to yap with. I can yap during the game. I have to how should I say? I need to work on my multitasking skills. I need to be able to yap while I'm playing and not just pausing. Oh right, Adamon wants to fight. I forgot about this. Okay. There's a Leafeon, so cute. I like it's a problem that you had with PLA as well, PPA. Yeah, no, I understand. Oh, there's Melly. There's Melly just looking. Just looking. Adaman, are you gonna let me go ask what people's requests are? Probably not. Well, maybe you are, but I think that it would be kind of rude. I mean, you're just staring at me. So yeah. Yeah, Pokemon. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, no, the male trainer outfit choices for X and Y are, they're not terrible, but they're super limited. Yapper is the new Yamper. Okay, Elmer. Yeah. You could choose between t-shirt, fancy, and down jacket. Yes. Yes indeed. Okay, Adaman. I have my not fire type ready. Go around with me. You bet. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. He can watch as close as you want, Adaman. He's still not gonna learn anything. Look at that! Look at that face! Look at that. Does that look like the face of someone who cares? Hey, wait, 2 against 1? I forgot they do this. Mystical fire, go! Wow! I did not expect to just one-shot the guy. I'm sorry, Adaman. I mean, I agree. I agree. I would agree with t-shirt is peak male fashion. Yeah. The problem is that when the designs are not, you know, all that interesting, which, like, there's a lot of interesting t-shirt designs. I think that, for example, Sword and Shield did a lot better with the t-shirt designs, and even then they were not all that good. Okay, I haven't fully recovered from my cold, so unfortunately I am not going to be reading the dialogue. I'm sorry about that. I really wanted to, but it's best if I don't. Also, Adaman, Melly is not gonna stop sneering at anyone. T-shirt. Oh, wow! Did you guys hear that? There's thunder outside. Actually, let me see if it's raining. Ooh. Nope. I don't think it is. Okay, I hope it doesn't disrupt the stream. A wind chime? I don't know. I don't know what you could have heard, Elmer. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If the stream crashes, you guys will know why exactly it did. I was just talking about stuff like this. No voice acting, the authentic Pokemon experience. Now, I'll be honest, the t-shirt slander makes me sad. Because I love, but then again, when I walk around, like, when I walk around not dressed like this, like, in the modern world, my style is kind of like, you know, sporty, skateboard, fashion inspired, with, you know, bits and pieces of, you know, like, beach themes and surprising, I know. There's a bit of storm this morning. Oh, yeah. If these power outages happen more frequently, just embrace your retro VTuber image and start mailing rental VHS with offline bots to everyone. Oh my goodness, that actually sounds like something I would like to do. That does mean that I would have to try to keep my streams to like less than 3 hours because the tapes that are over that tend to be a little bit more flimsy. Like, you know, the ones with 240 minutes. Yeah. I got brain hard this morning when I was on a walk trying to find a Lechonk in Pokemon Go. Yeah. You could sell VHS tapes with public domain short subtitle by... Oh, I mean, yeah, you could. You could, but there's only one problem with, you know, selling VHSs at this point. It's a very niche market. It's a super niche market. But yeah. Oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh right, about what I usually wear. In fact, I think I already told you that if I order like a new outfit, it'll look kind of like that, you know, like what I usually wear to go outside and stuff when I'm in the modern era. Oh my god, what happened to my model there? Whoa. Hello? Are you... am I... Okay. Excuse me. Need to hydrate a little bit more. Hey. Water. Okay. This guy. Yep. Thanks, Solomon. I also love the dynamic between these two. Because it's really like, I am so done with your Really? Really? Oh my... A church! Man... Lechonks have no respect. True. It's feeling pretty... It's feeling pretty good. Compared to last time, at least. I might cough a bit, but like I said, yesterday I did have a recording session and it went okay, so I think that I'm recovered enough that I can keep the stream going, you know? Like, it's not impetitive, I mean. Ah, what is it? Oh. Couldn't you have told me that before I left? Okay, fine. Yes, the Coronay Highlands. I heard that it's cold up there. I'm gonna... Oh, okay. The particular person, yes. The particular person that I already met, okay. Yeah. No, I have gotten better. My voice still sounds a little bit squeaky. Sometimes. Yes, Arezu, what do you want? Yeah, Miss Drevis. Yes, you wanted Miss Drevis. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes, I'm gonna catch you a Miss Drevis. Don't worry, Arezu. I'll be back. I'll be back with a Miss Drevis before you know it. What do you want? Yes. Yes, I want you to expand your clothes. I just found out that the quest that I need to do for you to give me the colors that I want is actually not even now. It's when I go to the next place. Yeah. About your request. Wait. I was under the impression... Yes, okay, yeah. I do have a war, madame. I can deal with this all immediately. Okay, awesome. Okay. What do you have? What did that inspire you to do? Bowler hat, bowler hat, bowler hat, bowler hat, headkerchief, headkerchief. I don't think that there's anything new here. Shinks, twisted headband, twisted headband, twisted headband, woven hat, flat cap. No, everyday kimono. Yeah, I think that all this one does is give you more more patterns for the everyday kimono. Vertical stripes, vertical stripes, horizontal stripes, horizontal stripes. I mean, this is kind of the color that I want, but a little too light, so I don't think I'm gonna give up on my fit just yet. Stars, checkered, karaksa, camouflage, paisley, argyle. How very British. I'm sorry, I could become a bowler hat guy. I mean, yeah, with the time travel and stuff, yeah, I totally could. I'm not gonna. Also, I'm not gonna let myself get manipulated by said bowler hat. Like, like, these things... These things are evil. These things are not to be trusted. Okay? Especially not this one. Need more argyle. Plaid. Oh, wow. Okay. So, if I want to get ready for Christmas, I can just wear this. Plaid, flourishes, small dots, large dots, fancy, Lilligant. I do like the colors on this one. And then all the festival tops, and then everything that I've already purchased. Okay, I'm just gonna... Yeah, no, it's the same. Karate gi. Okay, it's only the tailored suit and the karate gi. Okay. And I don't think that we have any new shoes other than the ankle boots, which, I'll be honest, I'm not too into. Eyeglasses. Oh, no. No. Okay. This... If you saw me in real life, this would be actually close to what Like, this would be closer to what you would see because, yes, I do wear glasses in real life. So yeah, Fashionmon, yeah. That's a Digimon that has never been made, and I have no idea why. It's so obvious. Fashionmon. Like, come on, Toei, Bandai, whoever is in charge of this franchise. Like, actually, since we're going to a mountaintop, nah, I'm not gonna give up on my Zoris. I'm not gonna give up on my Zori sandals. Nah. If these people can just live in a very cold place with nothing on their feet but sandals, then I can scale a mountain wearing them also. I think this guy wants a ghastly. Are they specifically round glasses? Not really. Not really. I mean, you do look like redacted character name from redacted franchise name. What do you mean? I look like Kida. I look like Kida. Or do you mean Lyra? You mean Lyra looks like redacted character name from redacted franchise name? Because that is true. That is true. She does look like a certain character from a certain franchise. Oh, frick. You're misinformed. Have you not watched Meet the Robinsons? Yeah. In that case, you'll need to name at least one of your Pokemon Doris. Yes. Yes. But I won't. Yes, I have watched Meet the Robinsons. Oh man, you just reminded me. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually. Okay, so speaking of Meet the Robinsons, this guy is hilarious, by the way, because he's trying to say that his son is scared of Ghastly, but it's pretty clear what's actually going on here. So yeah. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. So yeah, the whole thing about the Pokemon tier list. No, not the Pokemon tier list. I mean, I could do a Pokemon tier list. That would take forever though. I'll just expect the worst from this revelation and just say it. Weevil from Yu-Gi-Oh? No. 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 No, Lyra does not look like Weevil from Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, I don't know, like, because even if we say, oh yeah, Lyra looks like this one character, even if you saw her in real life, like, there's a lot of people who could fit the bill, you know? There's a lot of people who could fit that bill. So, yeah, maybe it's not too bad to say kind of what Lyra looks like. Speaking of Lyra, I forgot to mention that I had a dream that last week where I was watching redacted movie I watched a lot as a kid on DVD. That's a tough one to guess, fellas. And I found Lyra's role, but it was just a dream. It was just a dream. Ooh. Also, back then, Lyra didn't look. Also, Lyra doesn't look like she didn't look like that character back then. So yeah, and she may not look like that character anymore if she does something. Hello Kaizaki, welcome. No, as long as you're cool. As long as you're cool and chill, and you don't, you know, do things that people shouldn't do on streams, then it's fine. It's fine. You can hang around. It's chill. Yes. Oh, frick! I was so focused on getting to the place where I have to go that I completely forgot that I have... Oh, wait a second. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to come here. I'm gonna have to do this trek again. So I'm just going to, untangle the spaghetti I just made in my brain. Holy crap. Okay. Let me get my thoughts in order. Okay, so I was trying to go to Mount Coronet already. I couldn't because I need to go back here, but I also want to switch my Pokemon team, or at least see if to see if one of the other members of the evolutions would be better to take with me to Mount Coronet. Pune needs training, so maybe I am going to swap out someone for him. I'm not sure about Bewaya, the Flareon. I don't remember in what level he is, so we will see, and I was thinking that I can do that when I come back. Also, I need to deposit items in the box so that I don't run out of space. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. That is very true. And it is one of those things that we just accepted about Pokemon. Like I do remember, I think that the first part of the franchise to experiment with three-way battles was Pokemon Batrio, if I'm not wrong. I remember being fascinated by the characters that you could choose in Pokemon Batrio. But the thing about Batrio is that it was limited to, like, I think game machines in Japan. So, yeah. Only one person breaks that rule, but that's because he refuses to use PC boxes. That is so weird. Why would you refuse to use the PC box? Hi, Ingo. How are you? I don't know you all that well. I didn't play Black and White. Or Black or White, I should say. Sorry for what happened to you or something. Sorry about your life. Hello, Irida. What can you tell me? He's an old guy. Oh, okay. Hello. How did he... Okay, Irida. So, this guy is a complete outsider, right? Like, how... He must have been really good at what he does for you to accept him into your clan. Like, you know, just like that. And he's a warden. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine, Ingo. Yes, I am going to need to climb mountains. Yeah. The best characters in the game next to each other. I mean, yeah, no, like, again, I did say last time that if you haven't played Black and White, then this character's inclusion means not as much. PPA swiftly corrected me and said, no, this guy only appears like in post-game, so if you haven't done the post-game, then his inclusion is not all that meaningful to you. So apparently I'm in the same position as most people who have actually played Black and White, but didn't go into, like, the uh, into the post game. So yeah. But I do like what this game did with him. I do feel for the poor guy. I do feel for him. Like, because there's no indication that our character went through the same thing as he did. As in, like, as we're gonna soon see, the fall hit him a lot harder than it did our player character. Yeah. People putting Pokemon in PCs turns them into Digimons. I thought of that so many times. I thought of that so many times. You have no idea, Kaizaki. Yeah, like, if I put my Pokemon in the PC and they become data, does that mean that they become digital monsters? They become a Digimon? Short answer is yes. Yes, they do. Meanwhile, Porygon is the original Digimon, yeah. And misblamed for all the stuff that... Pff, still angry about that. Still angry that a Pokemon had to take the fall for an oversight on part of the animation team. Like, an oversight that had already been foreseen. Not like, because a foresight that could have been foreseen. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing wordplay, Atari. Like, really. So yeah. So yeah, what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say about Porygon is that what happened with Pokemon, you know, episode 38, Electric Soldier Porygon, had already happened with a lesser known show named Yacht. I actually know that show because it aired in Portugal circa 2003. And the only reason why I know of it is because I woke up super early during that year so that I could record Digimon Tamers. It all comes full circle, huh? So I could record Digimon Tamers, but we were using our old, and at the time only VCR, which needed some time to warm up, I guess, before it was able to catch the signal that the TV was sending it. So me and my brother woke up at 6 a.m. to record Digimon Tamers, which aired at 8 or 8:30. My brother isn't home right now, so I can't actually ask him. But yeah, and that show had an episode that did result in several kids experiencing seizures while they were watching it. Now, what is the difference between Yacht and Pokemon? Viewership. Pokemon had a much larger viewership than Yacht, which, not surprising. But the fact that they didn't catch on with what happened with Yacht and still went ahead with a sequence with those flashing lights, like, I don't get it. Like, thankfully the Porygon incident did end up making things better in the long run, as in now people are careful, or if they know that that kind of stuff is probably going to show up, like they have warnings and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Guy who fell from the sky is experiencing what Chip and Sonic Unleashed did. Yeah. I never really understood as to why they just didn't just re-edit or reanimate the seizures. Well, the seizure-inducing clip, you mean? I think that it was. I think that was what a very like Japanese thing. Like, it still happens nowadays, but at the time it was even worse. Which is, you know, the whole thing of losing face. Like, because they don't want to be reminded of a failure, they just erase it completely. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave, you know, the unperson treatment to, for example, movie 16 of Pokemon. Because as it stands now, it's very much a mark of shame. You know, like the complete and utter disdain. Well, not disdain. It's not disdain and it's not ignorance. It's you know, the whole shoving aside of Takeshi Shudo's legacy, which at the time, for a little bit of context, if someone just walks into this VOD and watches me just staring at Ingo and talking about this. So yeah, Takeshi Shudo was one of the major writers for the Pokemon anime for a very long time. Well, for a very long time in the beginning, and he's the one who made it what it is. He's the one who injected it with, you know, the melancholy, the darkness that ultimately made the Indigo League stand the test of time in a way that, for example, Pokemon Black and White, interesting. Except the Black Cauldron didn't cause any seizures. At least as far as I know. So yeah. But yeah, one of the things that Takeshi Shudo did that was super, like, influential was his work on the first Pokemon movie. And the way that he wrote, that he characterized Mewtwo. And as you may or may not know, depending on your knowledge of the Pokemon franchise and Pokemon movies, the Pokemon movies specifically, is that in movie 16, you have a different Mewtwo. Takeshi Shudo had stopped working at Pokemon in 2001. He had died in 2010. And in thinking, and I think that what they did with movie 16 was a misguided attempt at preserving his memory. Like, they didn't want to touch his version of Mewtwo because they thought that using a character that meant so much to him while he was not around to see it, while he was not around to give permission to do so, was somehow disrespectful, which I can understand. But if that's the case, then you don't use Mewtwo, period. Like, I cannot state enough how that is even worse. Like, creating something kind of like what this guy made, but is not actually what this guy made, but we're counting on you knowing the legacy that this guy left so that you come and watch our movie. I think that is much worse than just using the guy's legacy, period. Like, it's, I don't know, just my opinion. The drunk guy who created Lugia, I don't know if he was drunk. I have no idea. It's the first time that I'm hearing anything about it. But yes, he's the one who created Lugia. The one who had pretty much a mental breakdown over how they treated Lugia for the second movie. Which, by the way, the second movie, I love the second movie. I mean, look at me. Like, I love Power of One. I would be lying if Power of One isn't, you know, actually one of my influences, because islands and shamans, or, you know, messengers of the gods or something in the head. I know that one of the writers had a drinking problem. I mean, that's super common in Japan. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was him. The second movie made me like Lugia. Exactly, yeah. And here's the thing that I don't get about what they did to Lugia. Because Takeshi Shudo envisioned Lugia as a mother figure to the three birds, to the three legendary birds, and a mother figure in general, like the ocean mother, if you will. And I think that that's a really cool concept. I don't understand why is it that the anime staff wanted Lugia to be a guy. I mean, I know that technically in the game Pokemon are genderless, but like when you hear a male voice, clearly male voice coming out from Lugia, you assume, okay, it's a guy. But like all they had to do was cast a woman as Lugia for it to be like fixed. But no, let's go. Koichi Yamadera is popular. Let's have Koichi Yamadera as Lugia. Like, didn't you have other characters in the movie that he could voice? Like you had, like, I know that you wanted Takeshi Kaga as Lawrence the Third. So yeah, okay, that one's out. But like, there was the village mayor chief guy. Koichi Yamadera could have voiced that guy. Like that could have been that could have been his character. Like, you could have expanded his role a little bit. Like, who cares? Like, and have someone else who's famous and popular voice Lugia. Like, I don't know, get Minami Takayama. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. You have Conan. You have freaking Conan Edogawa as Lugia. Wouldn't that be awesome? I don't remember if she had done anything for Pokemon at that time. In fact, did she do anything for Pokemon at that time or at any other time? I have a feeling that she did, but I don't remember. Can anyone check that? Can anyone fact check that real quick? Like, if Minami Takayama did anything for Pokemon, like, ever. Even if Lugia was voiced by a guy, I always saw her as female. Exactly, me too! Me too, whenever, like, and you know that, well, I speak Portuguese, right? And whenever I talk about Lugia in Portuguese, I refer to Lugia as a she. Like, it's always a Lugia isto, a Lugia aquilo. Ah, Lugia é fixe, a Lugia não sei o quê. Tipo, yeah, look, I always refer to Lugia as a she instead of a he. I don't say Lugia, blah blah blah. So yeah. I think I've always seen it as genderless. I mean, yeah, look, fair. That's what Lugia is in the games. So yeah, it could be anything. They could be anything. So yeah. Even though I think it's pretty clear that Mewtwo is male. I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, in the games it's up to interpretation, but like Takeshi Shudo's Mewtwo is male. Might also be because the name ends with an A. Yes, and if you speak a Latin language, that is going to immediately it's going to, like, indicate a female most of the time. Like, if it ends with an A, it's female. If it ends with an O, it's male. Like, that's the case in most most Latin languages. So yeah. Okay, new round. Thank you. And thank you for always reminding me of how poor Portugal is. I find it very funny and also very true. But yeah. I'm going to okay, I'm gonna go on with this, and if nobody fact checks the whole Minami Takayama thing, because man, now I want Lugia voiced by Minami Takayama. Now I'm angry. mean, yeah, man. I never noticed how weird that sounds if you turn it into a girl name. I also love that this guy keeps using train terminology. It's awesome. Oh yeah, I wouldn't... Like me? Oh yeah, but that didn't happen to me. My memory isn't missing. Yeah, sure. I could try to help him. I didn't play the game that he's in, but... I remember when Mewtwo was voiced by a woman and everyone freaked out. Was that real or did I imagine it? Yeah, no, that's exactly... That's the incident that I was talking about. That was movie 16. that was movie 16, Laketh. That's the Mewtwo that was voiced by a woman, which again, I am pretty sure was done to distance itself from Takeshi Shudo's Mewtwo. Backfired miserably, I have to say, because I voiced my opinion a lot about that whole ordeal. But there were people who voiced it even louder back then. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, but that was the incident that I was talking about. Movie 16, the Gene Sect movie. The last black and white movie, the one that was meant to create hype for Pokemon X and Y. I've mentioned before how that was one of the factors that led me to not care about X and Y much when it first came out, but yeah. I know two guys who have repeatedly referenced that for there being multiple Mewtwo's. I mean, okay, you want to know something? you want to know something? Okay, this has been lost to the dredges of the internet. Actually, no, I'm not gonna search for it now. I'm not gonna search for it now. Okay, I have to control my urges. Yeah, good luck up in the Highlands. It's gonna be freaking cold. But yeah, as I was gonna say, oh man, I lost my train of thought again. Okay, multiple Mewtwo's. What I was gonna? Oh, right. Okay, so, it's been a very long time since I've talked about this. I think that it was even before I had a Live 2D model. So I am almost 100% sure that most of the people here don't know about it. But yeah, so I used to try to write fan fiction. Not that kind of fan fiction, but one of the fan fictions that I tried to write has been an idea that has been floating around in my head ever since, I think, 2004, 2006. No, not 2006, 2005. 2004, 2005. Definitely not before that, but yeah, ever since 2004. And I did write it, and I did post it on Cerebi. You know the Pokemon website? You know the Pokemon dedicated website? You know, it has a forum, and I did post that story in that website. And in it, because I was young and was very like, no, I really want to do this. I don't care if people think that it's bad or anything. No, I really want to do this. So yeah, as a little bit of a cop-out, because I wanted to write a story with Mewtwo in it, but I wanted it to be set in the anime continuity. So, what your boy did was, your boy got... You do? Okay, awesome. So your boy picked up the fact that Mewtwo's origin and the anime in the game are different. And that, yeah, in the game he was developed in Cinnabar Island, instead of, like, you know, a random island that we've never heard about, you know, like New Island. And went like, okay, so I am going to write a story where there's a different Mewtwo being made in a different laboratory, and this is the Mewtwo that is going to show up in the story. But for all intents and purposes, it has exactly the same personality, it functions exactly in the same way, and this will totally not be seen as cheap and or tacky by anyone who reads this story. I posted it anyway. And you can imagine when the 16th movie came out, like, so these guys are doing the exact same thing that I did when I was a dumb teenager. They're doing the exact same thing that I did as a teenager, and they're expecting people to just go with it. Much like I was as a teenager. And so that was extra ridiculous to me, because I had done that. I had done that like almost 10 years before they did. So yeah, how did they expect this to go well? I have no idea. I have no idea. Many such cases, yeah. Can't believe you made Mew 3. If I had made Mew 3, that would have been at least a little bit original. That's what Pokemon Live did. That's what Pokemon Live did. But Pokemon Live also brought in the original Mewtwo into it, which is pretty cool, honestly. That sounds familiar. Yeah. Yeah, and then I do have, like, that story eventually did become one that I still, like, I can't get the idea out of my mind of one day actually writing that story. Not that exact story, you know, what, oh, there's another Mewtwo, whoop-de-doo, he meets a trainer who knows everything that happened, but also doesn't know exactly. Okay. Okay, so pasture 1. Okay, Pune, you're gonna come with. I don't know what Pokemon I better. This is the biggest problem with this whole idea. But yeah, it is an idea that I still have stuck in my head. Like, I want to write a story with Mewtwo in it. I want to write a story that gives closure to the whole Amber thing. Like, that's what I want to do. Is everyone here familiar with what I mean by the Amber thing? Because I do realize that's a little bit. It's not completely obscure Pokemon lore, but it is not, like, completely mainstream either. Not speaking very well. But yeah, does everyone know what I mean? Like, does everyone know who Amber is? just so I know if I'm not confident. Okay, I'll wait for a couple more answers, and then if I see that that's the general feeling, then then I'll talk about it a little bit more in detail. Hello, Danielle C. Welcome. That sounds like what they're doing with Dragon Ball or Star Wars, or a lot of long running. Yes, I saw what you did, Elmer. Okay. Also, yeah, I do realize that this fan fiction that I keep mentioning, yeah, it does sound a little bit like that. So on work trip, it's going more poorly every day. Oh, dude, that's. Hope it starts getting better sooner rather than later, dude. Also that you're not too overworked. Okay, so most people don't know. Okay, so most people who are answering don't know who Amber is. Okay. Amber, known as Ai in Japanese. She was okay. First off, Mewtwo in the Pokemon continuity, he was made. He was made by Dr. Fuji. Yes, the same Dr. Fuji. You know, Mr. Fuji from the Lavender town, from the Pokemon house. Yeah. That Mr. Fuji. At least in the games, that's actually the case. Like in the Animeverse, there is no indication that he ever survived what went on at the laboratory in New Island. Okay, sending lots of strength to you, Danielle. You can do it. So yeah, and in the anime continuity, the reason why he accepted the Mewtwo project, which was ordered by Team Rocket, was because he used to have a daughter that died in what is very much implied to have been a car crash. And he was fiddling around with the idea of cloning her so he could have her back. That is why he accepted Giovanni's project. So yeah, you have Dr. Fuji tries to clone Mewtwo under Giovanni's orders, but at the same time he's trying to clone Amber, and he's also cloning like other Pokemon also to serve as, you know, a bit of also to serve as other experiments, like, okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, while they were you know in the tubes, in the water tubes, Mewtwo and Amber became friends, and started, because they were able to communicate telepathically. Them and the other three Pokemon who just so happened to be a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, and a Charmander. So yeah, the whole thought process was that, you know, a Pokemon's life force was stronger than a human's, and by studying Mewtwo's life, by studying Mewtwo's development and other Pokemon's capabilities in terms of cloning, he could, you know, actually bring Amber back. Now, this does mean that, she's the Maria to Mewtwo's Shadow. Except before that, because Sonic Adventure was released in 2001, and the radio drama in which all of this went down and then was later animated first came out in 1998, the year that the Pokemon movie came out. So yeah, think of Amber as Mewtwo's version of Maria. So yeah, and what happens in the end is, okay, so she dies, and Mewtwo goes into a psychic frenzy, and he risks his own life, because the emotions are too strong. So basically what the scientists do is they sedate him and basically make him forget that Amber ever existed. But the feeling of loss, the feeling of loss is left there, and that's what drives a lot of Mewtwo's actions throughout the first movie. Even though it's something that he cannot remember and cannot, actually pinpoint. Like, he does get better by the end of the movie. We all know, like, the whole spiel that is very valid, by the way, about the circumstances of one's birth don't matter. What people do with the gift of life that actually does. So that's a loose end that has never been addressed in the Pokemon anime. I thought that they would address it when when Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution was released. I thought that they would make, the Birth of Mewtwo segment an actual part of the movie, and that the audience would have more context into who Mewtwo is, why he acts why he acts the way that he does, and give that some closure. But it just didn't happen. Like, it didn't happen, and I have no idea why. And he even showed up in the anime again, voiced by Masachika Ichimura, who was the original Mewtwo. Like, they didn't address it in Mewtwo Returns, and they didn't address it in the one episode of Pokemon Journeys that he showed up in. So it's always been one of the things that I've been wanting to do. One of the things that I've always wanted to do was to write a story that would give that part of Mewtwo's story some closure, like, him coming to terms with it, because here's the thing, knowing the little that I know about psychology, people who go through that kind of trauma don't get better just because they forgot it, especially if you can see that it's a driving factor behind most of their actions. Like, no, Mewtwo's experiences with Amber and, in the tubes, and, the little world that they created for themselves, like, that is present in everything that Mewtwo does. It's present in everything from his declaration of wanting to be, valid as a person, because after Amber died, Dr. Fuji basically told him, oh, we still have the genetic material, we can make more Ambers. And he's like, there was one Amber who talked to me. You can't do that. And that was one of the reasons why his emotions went haywire, because he was not only reeling from the loss, he was also being confronted with the fact that for someone else, someone who supposedly cared as much about Amber as he did, Amber was just a statistic, and, like, as long as there was one Amber, even if it wasn't the original, like, it didn't matter. Like, it was like, Pokemon is deep. Pokemon is deep. At least when it was written by Takeshi Shuro, it was. But yeah, and that keeps, and I've said, the whole thing of him trying to prove that he is valid as, as a living being, from his inclination to become a protector of sorts of others who are weaker than him, because that's what he would have wanted to be for Amber. and the Pokemon friends that he lost. Like, that's what he wanted to be. That's what he was predisposed to becoming. So, yeah. I'm really passionate about this subject. Can you tell? What was that movie even for? To this day, I don't understand. I do believe that, like, I honestly think that we deserve a remake of the movie in which Mewtwo is legit 100% your main character. Yes, you have a villain protagonist. I don't care. This is what makes sense. This is what makes sense. So yeah, I might actually share some of the ideas, some of the ideas that I had for that fan fiction, because with time it evolved. Like, I decided to bring some other loose ends from the anime as well regarding, for example, I'm just gonna say this: the main character of the fan fiction would be one of the 3 palette trainers. Well, one of the 4 palette trainers that left Pallet Town on the same day. One of the ones that left Pallet Town on the same day as Ash and Gary. Because I always found their dismissal, their complete and utter dismissal from the anime, to be kind of cruel, even. Like, the only explanation as to why they're not there, to try and beat the league, like, is just a line from Professor Oak saying, "Oh, they weren't that good." That sounds so sad to me. So yeah. By the way, I can tell. Did I go down? Did the stream go down for a bit? I just got a notification. Is everything okay? Okay, I definitely need to check this. Oh, okay. For like a second, almost. Okay, awesome. But yeah. I was gonna say that the main character would be based on what the Pokemon company decided to call Leaf. The design of the female trainer from Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, which was based on a character from a comic made about Pokemon Papercraft back when Red and Green came out. So yeah, she's usually named the character that Blue from the manga was based on. Well, Blue in Japan, Green in the West. Yeah, but yeah, that would be your main character. She would have been one of the. She would be one of the other palette trainers. She would have started with. I think she would have started with Venusaur, mostly because I thought, okay, so let's not go with Charizard. let's not go with Charizard, because that one is kind of way too intertwined with like Ash. But yeah, and Venusaur is the one that hasn't gotten, any sort of love. Like, because it has been revealed that Gary took Squirtle. So yeah, I went like, okay, so between the other Charmander and Bulbasaur, I don't know, like too many Charizards. But yeah, and her story, you can imagine that it would not be a it would not be a happy one. In fact, and I can tell you this, I also can tell you this, she would have had a run-in with Mewtwo early in her training career. And that was part of why her story was not very good. Like, she was not a happy camper. Okay, I don't remember what kind of Pokemon are in the Coronet Highlands, so I don't know if I should take Flareon or not, but I'm definitely taking this guy. Yes. Yes, give me the Sneasel! Give me the Sneasler, it's the Sneasler. But yeah. And that's the beginning. That's the beginning of what would be that fan fiction. It would bring this trainer and Mewtwo's stories together, and they would resolve their traumas in tandem. Oh, and I was also gonna bring Silver into the fray because of course, like the anime established that Silver exists but never used him. So, you know what? I'm gonna use him. I'm gonna use him for my stupid fanfic where I'm gonna try to give Mewtwo some closure. So yeah, Silver would be the main antagonist. I thought way too much about this and for way too long. It blinked. I hope that it didn't blink after I got the notification. I hope that everything is okay. There you are, my boy. Welcome to the Coronet Highlands. I hope you're blah blah blah. Okay, Elmer. You do you. Take care. All sorts of rock type and ground type. Oh, yeah, I did a good thing not bringing Biwaya. Okay. Okay, Elber. We'll see. We'll see. I actually have no idea up until what time am I gonna be streaming today. I didn't want it to be like... Oh, wait. Oh, that's useful. I didn't want it to be, like, too late, but also not, like, you know... not, you know, just, like, 2 hours. Like, yeah, no, like, I think around 9:30, probably. Okay, let me see if I need to craft anything. Excuse me. No, I don't. No, I don't, but I can't imagine. Okay, 40 balls. 40 balls! And 15 of these? 15 of these. Yeah. 40 plus 15 is 55. Right? I'm gonna say yes. My brain is terrible. My brain is terrible for math. Yeah, 10 revives. That sounds good. That sounds good. One more of these. And, yeah. Okay. Let us go. Okay, I'm guessing that there's something that Pune can fight here, so yeah. Let's go. Eh. I am am going to say one thing. I'm going to say one thing about this whole area. I think it's way too laden with Luxios. There's way too many of them. Also, I'm going this way, but I don't think, wait. Am I supposed to? I think I am supposed to come this way and only then go down. Probably. Also, Mr. Luxio, no, I don't want to fight you. Even though I kind of have to fight Pokemon to raise Pune's level. But at the same time, that just means you have more chance for a shiny. I mean, true. True, but none of these are shiny. I don't even know what a shiny Luxio looks like. Oh no, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. You're too cute. Wait, did I? Oh yeah, I already have a Yanma. Excuse me. Is that something that I can grab? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's wood. Woody. I just want to get to the place where the Misdreevuses are so I can change my hairstyle, please. Please? Oh, there's hardy grains here. I thought I could only get these at the Crimson Mirelands. Awesome. Okay. That's awesome. The blue parts become yellow and the yellow parts become orange. Very cool shiny. Ah, okay. So it's one of the shinies that actually looks good. I mean, good. We need more of those and less just green. Okay. I forgot to sell this Pokeball. Might as well use it. Okay, come on. I don't remember if Yanmegas are dangerous. Excuse me. Don't remember. Well, either way, I try to catch it. Oh no. Oh no, it's angry. Okay. Oh, it's a girl. Oh, I want an icy wind. Dang it. Okay. Oh, that just... No. Oh, frick. Most of my team is not well equipped to deal with the bug. Oh, dear. I thought I was gonna find rock types and ground types in here. What gives? This is dumb. This is dumb. I was ready. I was not ready for this. Okay, strong style or no, normal. Let's go normal style. I think. Yeah, no. Ah! Take it. Okay. Well, let's try that again. Oh, can I? Nothing like a well-organized satchel. Okay, can I use a leaden ball? I think I have this strange idea that leaden balls work better than the others. And this did not dissuade that argument at all. I really need... Yeah, no, it's a good thing that I made potions. It's a very good thing that I did potions, that I made potions, because otherwise this would have been messy. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to use the super potions as well. Okay, bye, Elber. I thought he was already gone, actually. Like, he seemed to be in a hurry. Okay, we got a Yan Mega. That's very cool. That is a very cool thing that we did. Alright, Ingo. Can you introduce me to your big weasel thing? Like, is Sneasler a weasel even? Yep, that happens. Yeah. Catching Pokemon that can withstand electricity. Oh, that's... Oh, wait! Ingo getting all philosophical with us, yeah. Oh. Who is it? Oh, it's you. Hi, Melly. How are you? Why are you surprised to see me? You knew I was coming here. You idiot. Like, you know what's stupid? You know what's stupid? I put Pune in my team thinking, oh yeah, Electrode is a grass type in this game, so I better have stuff that is good against grass types. And I didn't put the freaking Flareon on my team because I'm an idiot. That's the only explanation. That is the only explanation. I'm an idiot and I forgot and I wasn't thinking about it. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, the Great Electrode, Lord of the Hollow. Yes, the sheer tenderness of your heart. Sure. Battle me, if you dare. Well, I just healed my Pokemon, so yeah, sure. Okay. I didn't remember that you can't answer yes. This game, okay. I tend to forget this guy exists, but I think he has a couple of funny moments. Okay, I would compare this guy to Nagito from Danganronpa 2. Here is the thing. The level of annoyance a character can convey is directly proportional to how much the writers agree with them or not. And in this case, it is absolutely clear that the writers knew that they were writing an annoying character and they played into it. As in, everyone else thinks he's also annoying. Like, Adaman thinks he's annoying. Ingo doesn't think much because his mind has been kind of blasted. Your player character thinks he's annoying. He's Nagito if Nagito was stupid. Exactly. Yes. Like, I always look to characters like Nagito and hear Melly. If anyone goes like, oh, I find this guy so annoying. Like, to like... Because, like, even in Danganronpa, you have an example of a character, of a character, or of a bunch of characters who can be considered actually, like, annoying. Like, for example, I had a huge problem with the final boss in the original Danganronpa because the game puts them on a pedestal. Like, they're untouchable. They're on a position that is not contestable by any of the other characters. They're in a superior position. They are calling the shots. So you can't really argue with them. Well, you can, but it's always going to read differently than if it's a character who's just, you know, kind of off their rocker and everyone knows that they are. And yeah, we're not going to, oh man, the Portuguese word is pactuar. I don't remember what it's called in English. Like, we're not going to compromise with you if you're gonna be that, if you're gonna be like that. We're gonna tell it like it is. Okay. Maybe another time, yeah, no. Okay, Cyanic. The Great Melly's take. Sure. Yeah, that's what Leanne thought too. You guys would get along so well. Well, probably not. I don't think you get along well with anybody. Yes, it makes them stronger. It also causes them extreme pain. Do you want to be more powerful but also be in extreme pain? Okay, sure, be my guest. Until he electrocutes someone to death, in which case... Yeah, but you would probably be twisting that into a good thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you can tell, you understand what I mean, right? Though I do think that the final boss of Danganronpa 2 is a little bit better written, or maybe it's the translation that is better done. I don't know. Like, my brother did play it. I know the spoilers, and at least in his opinion, and that's, you know, what he relayed to me, is that at least they're better written than the final boss of Danganronpa 1. Yeah. You are an idiot, Melly. He's going to hurt people! What the... Is that so hard to understand? And with that, bon voyage. So, okay. See? Ingo agrees with me. Press on, of course. I mean, there's a Ms. Rivas I have to catch to get a new hairstyle. That's all that matters. Oh man, I keep forgetting just how much he mentions trains. Like that's so cool. Yes, Wayward Cave. Wait, that's a place in the original Diamond and Pearl, right? And it's named exactly the same. I don't remember when in the game you cross it though. Also, oh man, I just remembered. Yes, Darkwarts mentioned how much thought I've put into my future Nuzlocke, and I didn't acknowledge that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Starkwarts. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, it's just other stuff got in the way. Ah, man. Okay, I'll watch my step. Wait, don't I have any Pokemon that can learn Flash? Lara has Dazzling Gleam. Isn't that kind of like Flash? Yes, enter. I really don't yeah, no. I remember Wayward Cave. Oh boy. Seems like we're having some transparency issues. Please pay no mind to them. Those will go away if you just don't think about them. Okay, I'm noticing that it's getting dark. I need to turn on the light. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh no, Figment! You fell! The wire that's connected to my headphones, it brought you down from your perch. No! You poor dragon! First your ride gets obliterated to smithereens. It becomes a shadow of its former self, and now I drop you like a lead balloon from your perch because I didn't see where the wire was going. Sorry, my guy. I hope you find Dreamfinder one day. Dreamfinder, was that his name? I think it was. I think it was Dreamfinder. I wish you a lot more Dreamfinder and a lot more Eric and a lot less Eric Idle in your future. I mean, I love Eric Idle. I can't wish less Eric Idle in anyone's future. Well, this is odd indeed. Almost as if someone, I have no idea who, is trying to sabotage us. No. You think? Hello, Bookworm Reads. Welcome. What's up? This guy. Sorry about that. Now we're just playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. Talking about the Pokemon franchise in general, here and there. And making fun of Melly. Because he's hilarious. And we're listening to Ingo talk about trains. And I honestly love that. Okay. Okay, I will. Yeah. I don't know. Is he talking about wielded flames with mastery? Right. Well, I don't remember what Ingo's Pokemon was. Dang it. Good. Good, you're in the right place. There isn't an actual train, but there is a train conductor who has been shot through space and time and doesn't remember a lot about his origins. I have no idea where I'm going with that. Oh. Yep, nope, sure. Sure, we can do that. Oh! Chandelure! It's Chandelure. See, this is what I was talking about with Mewtwo. He kind of went through the same thing. He kind of went through the same thing. Okay. Very hyperbolic. But I think you understand what I mean. Train crash. No. Alright, yeah. I like trains. Meow. Would you like to see a magic trick? No. Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, it is faster to say. Could those be... yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, so I don't have to follow him anymore? Dang it. I like following Ingo. He's cool. Yup. They're so cool, man. Even after all these years, the humor still holds up. I've heard people say that it's very millennial, which I guess the reads part was a part of my old plan to be a book YouTuber, but that fell short. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Oh man, I am missing. It is, but who cares, man? Let's change to someone who's a little bit more ready to handle this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that happens. Sorry about that, my guy. I think that, like, everyone knows that, yeah, making it on YouTube is not very easy. Okay, maybe... Please be something that Pune can handle. What? Stay there! Yep, Lara is way far ahead. Why is that? Because Lara has been here ever since the beginning. He's the only one who I have not switched out. And I don't think that I will switch him out because look at these moves. He has a lot of coverage. Like, in fact, I said, okay, maybe I should have Bewaya here. But the truth is, I think that Lara can cover for Bewaya. Bewaya being, you know, my Flareon. The sad truth is that if I wanted, okay, an Eevee team, but I didn't want to switch around, probably the team would be like, yeah, Sylveon, Glaceon, not sure. No, probably not. Sylveon, Vaporeon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, and Jolteon. I think that's I think that's what the team would actually be if I wasn't, you know, switching them around. Because, like, yeah, Pune can use ice attacks. So can Terry. None of them can use electrical attacks. So Jolteon is a must. They can all use Shadow Ball. So that can be part of the coverage of someone like Aya or Ruri. This guy's coverage is also crazy. Like, so yeah, like if I wanted to like just have a set team, and just go with those guys until the ending of the game, then yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be it. Unfortunately, because I kind of feel bad, but that does remind me, if I do want to make this, like, you know, not super slow, like not have to grind a lot, maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do. Maybe I'm gonna have to remove Pune and bring back Nui, and just bench Bewaya indefinitely. Because yeah, like Lara has a fire type move, and it's a good fire type move. Like, I don't... Maybe that would be for the best. Okay, I'll keep Pune in for now, as I'm training him up a little bit, but I think that, yeah, no, I'm gonna replace him with Nuyi, the Jolteon. What's weird is that I'm currently trying to beat Pokemon Scarlet with only Pikachu and its clones. I love that. I love challenges like that. In fact, as you've seen, I'm doing that right now, just with only Eevees. Just with evolutions. I've also thought for my Nuzlocke marathon to only, and I've mentioned that before, but since I don't think you were here, Bookworm, for example, that for each game I would only use Pokemon that were introduced in the generation that I'm playing, even though that's kind of a death sentence if you're playing Diamond and Pearl or X and Y. In other games, it's basically a requirement. There's no two ways about it. You have to use new Pokemon. Like, I'm still considering that. However, judging the fact that I have never done a Nuzlocke before, I am not sure if that's a good idea. I think that PPA agreed with my brother in saying that, don't do it, it's a bad idea, stop. I seem to recall that a bunch of them are in Pokemon, in Scarlet and Violet. Wait, is Emolga there? Seem to not remember Emolga. Oh wait, is he? The DLCs. Are they? Is Emolga in the DLCs, like in Blueberry Academy? Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. I have this idea of having seen an Emolga in Scarlet and Violet, and I don't remember where, but yeah. But that's an awesome challenge. Yes, Ingo, I did fall to this land from the sky. I'm also very cold. Ah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. No, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet tried super hard to bring back most Pokemon. Like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was the first game where I was able to make like a dream team of sorts, in which 3 of my Pokemon are starters, and the other 3 are just Pokemon that I like a lot or that fit the general vibe of the team. My dream team in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, well, my dream team in Violet currently is Meowscarada, well, my starter for the actual game, Cinderace, Primarina, and then I have Lucario, because of course I do, and then I have a Jolteon, because he's my favorite evolution, and then it was between Flygon and Scizor. I decided to go with Flygon simply because my team would be super cooked, both literally and figuratively, against fire types if I went with Scizor. So yeah. Making a dream team without trades? Yes! Well, for Scizor I would have had to trade. But yeah, though that's been my objective, like, you know. I mean, Scizor is one of those Pokemon that I have given up very early on. Like, I'm never gonna actually get a Scizor. I'm never gonna actually get a Scizor that I can use, you know, as a permanent member of my team, because in order to evolve them, you need to trade, and usually, as I've told many times before here on stream, usually the way that me and my brother played Pokemon is that we shared a console and we each had our own game. So yeah, if we had to share a console, we couldn't trade between us. The first time that we were able to actually trade between us was with Pokemon Sun and Moon. That was the first time that we were able to trade. Did you build that team for beating the story, or did you make it almost at the end? I wasn't able to make it during the story, which is what I actually wanted. Because that's what I like to do. I like to build my team as the story progresses. My escape for that was that I made the team before I beat the story of the DLC. Basically, the story of Blueberry Academy, I only beat it after I had that team made. So they were with me for that particular part of the story. And I still haven't done the whole Peach guy that controls minds thing. I still haven't done that part. Or Perrine's quest. I also haven't done Perrine's quest. Perrine's quest. Perrine. I don't know how you spell her name. Adaman's descendant. So yeah. Yeah, no, like, yeah, the customization options, it's like in Scarlet and Violet, I felt like it was like 2 steps forward, like 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. Honestly. Honestly. It is good if you don't, it is good for OCs if you don't mind, you know, all of them wearing almost the same clothes. So, yeah, for that it is pretty versatile, but other than that, yeah, no, like, if you actually want to make, you know, different clothes and stuff, yeah. So, yeah. Most trade evos are in Terra Raid dens. Yeah, I know that. I know that, but I'm talking about generations prior. I'm talking about, for example, wanting a Scizor in Gen 2. Wanting a Scizor in Gen 2, wanting one in... Not in Gen 6 and Gen 7. Wait. No, we were only able... Okay, so the only reason why we were able to trade Pokemon in Sun and Moon was because I got my own 3DS. I was using my brother's 2DS at the time, but I got my own 3DS in 2018 when I had to translate an anime based on a game that was released at the time solely for the 3DS. I went like, I have to play this game. I have to play this game to know, not only, like, I watched the walkthrough when I was translating, but I decided that I wanted to actually play the game for myself. So I bought a 3DS, and I bought the game, which at the time was kind of rare already, even though it was only 2 years old at the time. So yeah, you can change your face in Sun and Moon. No, you could only change your eye color. You can only change your eye color, I believe. Your eyebrow color, I think, was the same as your hair color. But yeah, with Scarlet, I just threw all plans out of the window. Just picked a Pokemon that I liked visually. I like that strategy, actually. Remember, I planned out a team to use on Pokemon Pearl. I wanted a team for 6 Pokemon that learned all the 8 gems that I could mostly get early on in the game. See, that's something that I usually also planned for. I also planned, you know, for 8 gems and stuff. The first game where I didn't have a gems thought out was my first playthrough of Pokemon Y. And it was super annoying having to go get my 8 gem slave from the PC all the time. It's okay, Star Quartz. It's okay. I did apologize to you for not reading your message about me putting a lot of thought into the Nuzlocke. Which came up again. Like I was telling Bookworm about one of my plans that I'm still not sure if it's a good idea. People are telling me that it's not, which is to use Pokemon only from the gen that game is from. You know, for example, for Gen 2 you only use Johto Pokemon, you only use Gen 2 Pokemon, you know. Like reminds me as to you can only change your eye color and hairstyle in Animal Crossing until New Horizons. Yeah, that is so weird. My wife and I share a Switch. They prefer Violet, and I prefer Scarlet. See, like for a while, again, my brother and I also shared a Switch. That's how we played Pokemon Sword and Shield. My original game is still in his Switch. Yeah, that does seem like a pretty good team. The thing is, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are very limited when it comes to the Pokedex. That's one of the things that Platinum fixed that I think shouldn't have to be fixed because it should have been there from the beginning. So yeah, doesn't seem that bad of an idea, though I'm not a Poke expert. Yeah. I ended up playing with only new Pokemon on Scarlet. Yeah. Also, since you mentioned that, Bookworm, I ended up with Pokemon Violet because, again, me and my brother, we usually decide, okay, so you're getting this version and I'm getting this version. No, that's okay. That's okay, Danielle. That's okay. That's okay. Like, whenever I jab at Diamond and Pearl, I mean, I jab at all of them. I jab at all of Generation 4. But take it with a grain of salt because yes, I do have issues with those games. I do have issues with Generation 4 as a whole. But a lot of times I also just do it for the funsies. Okay? So don't worry. Don't worry too much. Don't worry too much about it. This is Gen 4 free zone. Oh, okay then. Wait. No game for anyone then. I mean, I'm playing a game that is heavily influenced, heavily inspired, heavily set in Gen 4. So yeah. Taking the mick out of the things I love is my favorite pastime. Yeah, no, like, if you're not able to pick apart the things that you love, I mean, I don't know. This doesn't count. This is Gen 8, not 4. I mean, Danielle, you'll be happy to know that a lot of people had the same issues that I have with Diamond and Pearl, with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Because for those games, they decided to only remake Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which reminded everyone why Diamond and Pearl were not exactly well seen. And that's because most people who go like, oh yeah, Gen 4 is my favorite, usually they're not thinking of Diamond and Pearl, they're thinking of Platinum. They're thinking of Platinum or of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Which, again, my problems with are mostly aesthetic. My biggest issue with my aesthetic problems with Heart Gold and Soul Silver is that they took those aesthetic problems and just ran with them and made them the official versions that we're gonna use from now on, ever since 2010. And that's what bugs me about Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Gameplay-wise, I have no issues whatsoever with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, except for the level cap that they did not fix from Gold and Silver. So yeah. This is Gen 4 plus 4. Yeah! It's double 4! I remember back in the day when people hated Gen 5. Yeah! And now there's people saying, oh, it wasn't that bad! And with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, there started people going like, people who hated Gen 6, and they started going like, oh, Gen 6 wasn't that bad. Gee, it's almost like if nostalgia runs on cycles or something. As someone who has been with the Pokemon franchise since the first generation, it does get kind of funny sometimes. The things that people get angry at. Like, I don't know. People take so many things about the Pokemon franchise for granted nowadays. Like, I remember when nothing was set in stone. Like, big example, Mega Evolution. People thought that it was gonna be a thing that was going to stick around, and I'm like, Pokeblocks didn't stick around. Pokeblocks didn't stick around. The bug catching contest didn't stick around. I mean, different mechanics, yes, sure. But yeah, like, there's things that don't stick around from generation to generation. What makes you think that Mega Evolution is going to stick? Like, I don't know. Gen 6 sucks a lot. Still my least favorite game. I mean, yeah. Like, I would say that Y is probably my, I don't know, between Diamond and Pearl and X and Y, which one is my least favorite? I think that I need to replay them to reassess. And I'm hoping that the Nuzlocke will help me with that, because I have different issues with each. Some issues that are more easily fixable than others, and easier to ignore than others. So yeah, but I also do know that a lot of people love X and Y. A lot of people love Diamond and Pearl. Well, I think that more people like X and Y than Diamond and Pearl, actually. People like Platinum. That's what they like. They don't like Diamond and Pearl. They like Platinum. Which is a little bit different. Pokeblocks sounds like Pokemon's take on Minecraft. Okay, Pokeblocks were candy that you fed your Pokemon. They were introduced at the same time as berries. Like, you put multiple berries in a blender, and you had to press buttons with the right timing to make candy. And that candy you fed to your Pokemon to increase their contest stats, which could be smartness, beauty, coolness, cuteness, and toughness. Yeah, you could use those candies to increase your Pokemon's stats on that. And then in Diamond and Pearl they also had contests, but they didn't have as much they didn't have as much they weren't as important. They weren't as important for the game as contests were, as they were for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. But they did have something similar, which was puffins. Puffins. I don't remember. Tiny little breads. Okay, Bookworm. Bye. Nice to see you. Okay. Yeah. You also use Pokeblocks on the Safari, right? Yes, exactly. Yes, they were a substitute for the bait that you had, like, for example, in the first gen. Oh, and it's in Let's Go. You don't even have items in Let's Go. Yeah. I get you. I have a similar problem with modern Angry Birds, where the majority of their brand and new releases use the movie designs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you understand what I mean about Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah. Gyarados are directly part of battle. Mega Evolution is and is generally grander. I get it, but there was no precedent for it. And I mean this both, like, okay, if you introduce a battle mechanic, for which there is no precedent, then one of two things is going to happen. One is that it's going to stick around and people are going to start building their battles around this new mechanic in perpetuity. Or it's just a generational thing and it's not going to stick. What I am surprised at is the amount of people who thought that the former was a given instead of just a possibility. Like, the possibility that Mega Evolution wasn't going to come back never even crossed their minds. So yeah. True, Danielle. See, I've never beaten Pokemon Let's Go, so I can't really tell you. But I think that it's locked. But it's locked after you beat the league. I could be wrong though. So let me see what Bookworm said before he left. Also never understood Gen 9 hate because I've owned the game since day one. I have 300 plus hours in it. Never encountered a single glitch or bug. And I still haven't, even if I tried. Okay, Bookworm was lucky. I have a bunch of screenshots of the camera just going out of bounds. So, like, when I say, yeah, I have never encountered glitches in Gen 1, I mean it. I can't say the same for... I can't say this... Well... They were not glitches. What I encountered... Wait, no, I did encounter one glitch in Pokemon Violet. And that is... Rockruff can't evolve into Dusk form. Wait, no. Rockruff can't evolve into Dusk form Lycanroc. Rockruffs with own tempo can't evolve. And it took me quite a few hours to realize that, until I went like, okay, no, something is wrong. I have already gone up so many levels. Let me check if anyone else has encountered this. And yes, it is a glitch. Rockruffs with own tempo can't evolve in Scarlet and Violet. I don't know if they fixed it in the meantime, but at least in the original version, like when you played it for the first time, when it first came out, you couldn't. And then I tried it again, like a year later, and it still didn't work. So yeah. If you can eat the items in your bag, but don't have to, okay. Have a knack about Mega Evolution because those years were the ones I signed up for some tourneys, and all the teams were super similar because of Mega Evolutions. Everyone had Kangaskhan, yeah. Pokemon Let's Go is the only remake of a third version. Technically fourth if you're going by Japan's releases. Yes. Yes, it is. And it is super weird in what it's doing with its story. But I don't know if I should save that for an actual playthrough of Pokemon Let's Go. In my case, Let's Go Pikachu. I got Pikachu and my brother got Eevee. We switched for a while, but then I was like, no. I bought Let's Go Pikachu for myself because you really wanted Eevee. So I'm getting my Pikachu back. So yeah. But yeah, no, like, the reality in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu is so weird because everyone talks about Red and Blue and they're famous because they beat Team Rocket and yada yada yada. But here's the thing that they did was what you are currently doing. Like, they got famous for doing the thing that you yourself are doing. I don't understand you. So there wasn't a lot of creativity you could do on your teams because of it, especially after introducing legendaries in tournaments. Yeah. Atari revoked his brother's Pikachu rights. More like I forfeited my Eevee rights. More like I forfeited my Eevee rights because he had the game for a long time and he wasn't starting it. So I'm the one who suggested switching because I love Eevee. I mean, look at this playthrough. I love Eevee. I've always loved Eevee. But here's the problem: my brother also loves Eevee. And I think that there was also, you know, some Pokemon that are in Let's Go Eevee that he likes that are not in Let's Go Pikachu. So I was like, okay then. So I was like, you know what? Okay, let's switch back. I get the actual game that I bought for myself, and you get the one that we agreed you would be getting from the beginning. So. So yeah, no, I don't think that Heart Gold and Soul Silver have the Suicune thing. I think that people were disappointed with that as well at the time. Or does it? I know that it has some extra stuff, like, you know, with ARCEUS and stuff, and fighting the Kimono Girls is an actual important part of the plot. Like, I honestly don't know. It's been a while since I played it. I don't know if Eugene, that's a weird name, is in the game. I believe that I seem to have, I think that I remember seeing a sprite of his that was, you know, next gen. Because the DS was next gen at the time, but I don't remember if he's actually in the game or if other bits of crystal are also present in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. How long have I been talking? Why am I so terrible at this? I mean, I'm not bad at talking. I'm bad at playing games while talking. Oh, that's rough. Ah, yeah. Yeah, like, why the heck did Arceus just pluck you from Unova and put you here? Like, he transported you through time and space. That's kind of a mean thing to do. Nice Pokemon screensaver, Atari. Yeah, it has snow and everything, and my character is totally ready for the snow. I mean, look at him. Ingo? Did you read my mind or something? Because, like, okay, if I did an edit of this scene, just zoom in on it. Just zoom in on it. I have sidetracked us with this talk. No. As the kids usually say nowadays to avoid swearing, no shot! The perfect screensaver for rant yaps, yeah. I'm still gonna catch a Ms. Rivas and change my hairstyle before the session is over. Oh, I'm cold. I'm sorry. You're a game character, you don't feel cold. Even though you act like it. Hair across, I'm gonna catch it. Oh, frick! He saw me, he saw me, he saw me! He saw me! Oh man, why are there so many bugs? Why are there so many bugs? Ah! It's piled on so greatly the lad looks like he's aged early. Yeah! Like, what happened? It's like I aged 10 years or something. Why am I so cold? Oh no! Oh no, I just noticed that one of these is a parasect! Oh no, no. Okay, I definitely... Nobody told me that there were gonna be so many bug types in this place. Like, again, half my team is weak to bug types, okay? Lara, come save us, please. No. Pokemon, yes, come save us. We need you. Atari, your self-game character is gonna catch frostbite. Please give him a code. I'll give him a coat. I'll give him something a little bit better to wear. I'll give him something a little bit better to wear when I go back. Oh no. Oh, I think I need to run. I think I need to run. Ah! Ingo! Ingo, where are you? Ingo! I need help! Ah! I don't have space in my satchel for what item? Oh, dazzling honey. Okay, that's okay. I have a bunch of those. Okay, I definitely need to change up my team. I definitely need to change up my team. Also, yes, JC's universe. I am going to need good luck. Thank you for the well wishes. Because here's the thing, this is not the first time that I'm attempting a run with an Evolutions only team. In fact, my very first run of this game was with an all Evolutions team. The problem was that, yeah, that meant that I was not ready for the final boss. But I am going to try again because I am stubborn and I want to beat this game with only Evolutions. So that's what I'm gonna do. Even if I have to grind them up to level 100. Well, actually, that seems like kind of a waste of time. Can you deal with that? Aha! Thank you! Okay, what's over here? Oh, an unknown! Ah, okay, I have to climb. Okay. Okay, very sneaky game. Very sneaky. Wait, am I going in the wrong direction? Where are the... So, respectfully, you are insane? How should I answer that? I wouldn't say that I'm insane. Just really stubborn. Just really stubborn and wanted to challenge myself. Which, yeah, could be seen as insanity. I do get that. I do get that. I have to go back to the... to the camp because, yeah, this is not working. Part of me thinks it's unwise to do this, but the other part of me thinks that maybe benching Ruri for now is not a bad idea. Mostly because of the amount of bugs, but I think that there's also a bunch of Pokemon that I'm gonna need. Wait. Oh, man. Okay, so what have I seen so far? What have I seen so far in this area? So, I have seen bug types, electric types, and I know that there's more. I know that there's ghosts. I know that there are oh, I thought this was Melly. I was so confused for a second. What about you? Oh, okay. You're just reminding me that Ursaluna exists. Okay, that's fair. In that case, are you insane enough to do an evolution only Nuzlocke? In what game? In what game? What games do allow you to try and do an evolution only Nuzlocke? Well, but this is not exactly a good choice for Nuzlocks. Wait a second. What am I doing? Wait, I think I'm gonna need more super potions from now on, so maybe I'm just gonna bet on that. So 15. And I still have 8 potions that I can use, like in emergencies or whatnot. Okay, so I think that you can do an evolution only Nuzlocke in Gen 7 in Sun and Moon. I am not sure, but I think that in Gen 6 you can also do it. I know that you can do it in Gen 9. Okay, any gen after Gen 6, I think you can do it. Ever since Sylveon was introduced. Because I believe that ever since Sylveon was introduced, Eevee has been used as a wild Pokemon. Like, you didn't really get Eevees anywhere, like in Gen 4, 3, 2, and 1. But ever since Sylveon was introduced in Gen 6, I do think that you can make an all evolutions team. thing. Maybe it would be an interesting challenge, but only after I've done the other Nuzlocke marathon. Because by then I would have more experience. And also there's huge stretches of the games where you don't get EVs. Like, you just speed run it until you get EVs, and then you start evolving them. And I don't know how easy it is to evolve the EVs in some of those games. Like, for example, I think I don't remember where it, or even if you get the elemental stones in Gen 6, like in X and Y. I don't recall where you get them. In Gen 7, in Sun and Moon, I also don't remember. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, I know that, like, the Digging Brothers can get some of them for you. You can get some of them pretty early. Like, there's a water stone hidden in a place where, if you're brave enough to go there with your underleveled Pokemon, you can get one pretty early on. But yeah, that's Sword and Shield. In Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, you can just buy them. In Sun and Moon, I honestly don't remember, and in X and Y, same thing. I don't remember how fast you can get the stones in those games. All right, I was here by mistake. Just gonna make one more of these, and two more of these. Okay, and now, yes, I'm gonna rest just a little while. And now I'm kind of feeling bad that my character is so underprepared for the weather. Like, I'm like, I should at least give him some pants. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna again, let's just power through this. Let's just power through this real quick. Oh, wait a second. But I don't know. Wait. Let me see the map. Scaling perilous slides. Okay, I know that Misdreavuses are around here. I don't know if they're in any other place. I think I can get there pretty quick after I get access to Sneasler. But then again, I think that you can also make a new campsite over here. I am torn between my desire for pants and my wish for my hair to be the way I want it. Okay, Danielle. Bye. I don't think I will be too long. Famous last words, I know. Desire for pants. New haircut. Desire for pants. New haircut. Desire for pants. New haircut. I don't know. Or maybe I should put things this way. Hypothermia. New haircut. Hypothermia. New haircut. I mean, gameplay-wise, hello, Step. Welcome. It's been a while. Yes, it is. I especially love how they didn't calibrate the transparency well enough in caves and whatnot. Okay, so gameplay-wise, it would make more sense for me to go straight to the Misdreavus and get the new haircut, because my character is not going to get frostbite or hypothermia from going around not dressed for the weather. Roleplay-wise, it would make a lot more sense going like, oh, hey, I'm not dressed for this weather, so maybe I should go back to town and actually dress appropriately. You know what? You know what? I am going to make... I am going to make a poll. Because I think it's funny that I'm having to think about this. Okay, so... Spoopy time, this isn't the place to do that. I hope that you do. I hope that you do find someone to trade with. This isn't the place to actually try and look for people to do that with. I'm sorry. But hey, if you like what you see, feel free to stick around. Hmm. 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 Okay, I'm gonna let it run for a bit. Okay, so far hair above everything. Oh, it was winning. Now it's 50-50. But okay, so now it's 50-50. I'm gonna wait. I'm going to wait 5 minutes. Is that too much? I think that's too much. Okay, I'm gonna wait 1 minute. It's 21:43. I'm gonna wait until 44. Put a coat on, you dingus. Okay, while I'm waiting for that, I am going to switch up my team again. Wait, what does Choi want? I think he wants salt. I think he wants crunchy salt. Don't remember. Yes, I want to see my Pokemon. I am going to bring these two guys. I'm gonna bring Nuyi. Who's gonna come in place of... I really did not want... I really did not want to remove Aya, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Because like Because Aya... Well... Because Aya is... I think that he's physically weaker than Rudy. Which one is better equipped to deal with what I'm going to... They're both... Okay, poll is over. I'm gonna put a coat on. I tried to dress for the weather when playing Pokemon Legends Arceus to some degree, but I also couldn't be bothered sometimes, yeah. Have you heard of Pikachu Meets the Press? If you want to talk about failures that the Pokemon Company hacked like it never happened, this is apparently one of the biggest examples. I mean, if it is one of those that was like, oh, Pokemon is satanic, blah, 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 it's corrupting our children, then yes, I have heard of it, and I think it's very silly. I have no idea. I wanted to train Pune, but I can't. Okay. Pune, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to be in the box for a while. A longer while. Aya is more squishy. I already have enough squishy. But Pewaya is only level 30. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's try to dress for the weather. Yes, I caught 3 Pokemon. Pathetic, I know. That's gonna help. That's money that's gonna help me buy clothes. Yes. Oh, Leafeon. Wait. Oh, don't you scare me like that, Joy-Con. Holy crap. You saw that? You saw that little jumping above thing? Jumping up thing that it was doing? I wasn't doing that. Yes, let's go, and also let's buy some shoes that actually, like, I know that I said I don't like the split toe boots, but I think that I'm gonna have to buy some for this occasion. Oh wait, no, I don't have to. I can just wear the secure. I can just wear the Galaxy Team's sandals. Okay, first I'm gonna change into those Survey Core sandals. Yeah. When the Pokemon company tried to make a Pokemon newspaper comic, it was meant to take the place of Peanuts. Since Charles Schultz's death, health was declining. I can see how that might have not gone well with some people. Yes, I want to buy some clothing. Okay. So. No. I mean, I could just put on the uniform, but I don't really feel like it. I don't really feel like putting on the Galaxy Team uniform. Oh, wait, the fancy bottoms actually look pretty good with this. With the excuse me, with the sandals. Then again, these look a little bit more cozy. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna go with the... Oh, wait a second. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Yes. Yes, I want to change into... I want to change into these pants. And for the above... I mean, this does look a little bit more... this does look a little bit more, it's still only one layer, but it looks a little bit more sturdy than what I was wearing. Okay, let me see, what else do I have available? Alright, the fancy kimono, which it's even worse for the weather. So, let's... It features Ash and Co. going to actual school. What?! And someone... and someone actually okayed that? That runs so counter to... Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, let's go with the color that I've been wearing. Yes. And if you notice, I just had him wear the kind of colors that I usually wear. White bottoms and something blue on the top. All that's missing is some necklaces and feathers on my hair, and yeah. And the reference is complete. Oh. Yeah. Man, I need to watch Did You Know Gaming. Okay, not perfect, but I do feel like this is a little bit more appropriate for the weather. Yes, let's go, and now, let's get a mischievous. Please. Please, like, I want the new hairstyle. I know I just got new clothes, but I want a new hairstyle, dude. I want it. Oh, sorry, Bewaya. Okay, so, poor guy's still gonna be a while since I'm actually able to use him in battle because, yeah. But I think that the rest of the team can pick up the slack, at least for now. See, if this was a place where mischievouses were, I could already catch them. But no, I have to still go through a whole lot of places before I get the stupid mischievous. Stupid, it's not stupid. It's one of my brother's favorite Pokemon, actually. Way to look both stylish and not die from becoming an ice cube. Yeah. Yeah. And hey, I'm wearing socks. Ah! Oh, no. I did not get a swanky new outfit just so I could die immediately after. That is not the plan. No siree. Ice chunk. Okay. You know, I am so glad that Ingo put the torches back where they're supposed... Oh, man. Ugh. Look, if you're gonna burp, just do it already. And now it's gone. Okay. because I would have been completely lost. Hey everyone, just wanted to pop in for a sec and say hellos. Hi, Neku! Awesome! Thank you for coming! Even if it's just for a little short while. Okay, have I caught a Golbat? Actually, now that I think about it? Let's try it. Okay. Okay, PPA. Again, I'm just trying to get the stupid Misdreavus, but I might have to, yeah, I might have to, give up on that goal. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go back to the place where I was, and if I see that there are no Misdreavuses to be found, then I'm still gonna have to go like a long while before I can get to the place. Okay, in other words, I'm gonna meet Sneasler. And if I can't manage to go to a place where there's Misdreavus immediately, then I'll just finish stream without getting that done. Because, like... Okay, sorry guys, speed running. Ah, dang it. Oh, frick, okay. Oh, no. Where am I? Wait, where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go this way? I think, no, it's not here. Definitely not here. Ah! Okay. The hardy grains that I didn't get the other time. Let's go. No! Oh, they keep getting me from behind. Sorry, Mr. Golduck, I'm in a hurry. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Ah, no, please. No. No, please, no. Please, no. I just keep aggroing everyone. Oh, fuck, no. Oh, come on. Please. No! No, please. Please let me go. Oh, I keep forgetting I have this. I don't care. Go away. Okay. Cutscene, please save me! Hi, Neku, we bullied Atari into getting a coat so that he doesn't die from the cold. Okay, I just imagine Melly with Donald Duck's voice, and it's hilarious. Also, I remember this place. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get my haircut today. To get some sort of amusement standing around reading people's noble deeds, only when they're yours, Melly, because usually there's strings attached to them. Yeah, I agree. Your friend different clans. You're like, you have never seen iEbUi. You're only starting to see iEbUi because of the stuff that is happening now. Melly. If that is your real name, it probably is. A likely story. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. Okay, like, okay, like, normally I would say this, but since I'm in a bit of a hurry, I'll beat him. I know I can do it. Oh no, why did it have to be a skunk tank? No! Okay. Okay, skunk tank. Awesome. Like I said, awesome. Okay. Who could take this guy on? Nui, please. Use your superior speed and thunderbolt that guy to smithereens! Again! Go, skunk tank, go and drain to the extreme. And the one Pokemon that I needed the most to go up a level didn't, because of course. Of course. You still stands. Of course it does, Millie. I was under no impression that you would let me just slink by, as you have so eloquently put it, just because I beat your skunk. I knew that we were not gonna let it slide. You keep telling yourself that. I know. I know that you'll be back. What a lively character. Indeed. I wasn't expecting my character to actually agree, like, so wholeheartedly. Wow! Like, to actually do the nod. Please let me. Okay, there's something I can do. There's something I can do. It isn't noble, it isn't nice, but it is the one thing I can do. And to restore Bewaya's honor, maybe? I think he can do this. It's not raining anymore, so yes! Yes! Awesome! Okay. And now I am going to save. And now I'm going to save and say that, yeah, I think it's about time that I end the stream for today, because because it is kind of late. I haven't had dinner yet. I already knew that I was gonna stream until like around this time. And again, if I knew that I was gonna get Mischievous's like soon, I would probably go on until like 10:30. But it has become abundantly clear because I remember this place and where it leads, and yeah, I still have to go through it, and then I have to meet Sneasler and all of that. So I'm not going to leave all that soon. So let me just, I didn't do this last time, but I'm going to see if there's anyone that I can raid respectfully. My model may act a little bit weird for a while because yeah, I'm opening up the browser. There's probably a way to do this on OBS itself. I shouldn't have to open a browser and open like, I don't care that your update is complete, Opera. I do not like updates. Usually, they only result in bad things happening to the programs. So, I don't want to know about your updates. Just update in the background. I don't need to know that you just updated. I'm sorry. I don't think that I am well. Okay. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on in this stream, but I am going to send you there anyway. I'm going to send you there anyway because, honestly, it seems like a good time. Hopefully you get your hair next stream. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like, and I don't know, like, next stream, I'm not sure if I'm going to, if I'm going to come back right away to Pokemon Legends Arceus. Like I said in the description of this video, well, not on the description, on the title, it's on the actual title, YouTube tends to not like when I play Legends Arceus. Like, I don't know why, but you know what? I'm way past the point of caring at this point. Like, no. Look, YouTube, I have streamed to like 2 or 3 people for like, I wouldn't say a whole year, but quite a long time. If you think that I care, if you think that I'm just saying this because YouTube does, you know, if you're a content creator on YouTube sometimes sends you, you know, little reminders. Oh, these were your analytics last month and blah blah blah, or last week and stuff. And I'm like, YouTube, please. I'm a small streamer. I'm a small streamer. I'm not the smallest streamer. There are a lot of people who are much smaller than me, and I know that there are because I was there. Hello, Quiveron, skibbity to you too. So if you think that I care that the games that I am playing are not what's bringing in, you know, the big audience numbers, you've got another thing coming. I'm just doing what I like, and I might revisit stuff if I think that it's appropriate, or if I feel like playing stuff again. Like, again, I have a whole playthrough of Star Fox Adventures that I've already completed. I want to play it again on my actual GameCube with my actual copy. Having it played before does not stop me from wanting to play it again. So, no matter what you think, YouTube, I am not gonna stop what I'm doing. You're not going to deter me by saying, oh, your last Pokemon Legends Arceus stream was so much lower than everything else you've been doing. Like, you better be careful. I'm not making any money yet from this. I am monetized, but I haven't made enough money to actually be paid. So, and I never want to be in a position where I depend solely from this, because that is way too precarious of a job. So yeah, and that was yet another tangent. I just can't stop. Okay. Okay. Pure confidence, love it. Thank you. Thank you. Like, I don't even know how to answer to that. Like I said, I'm doing this because I like it and because I want to. I'm not, looking for fame and fortune. I do want to know some things that I can do to make my stuff better. But that's because I want to improve, and I want to make things that other people enjoy. So I want to know how to get better at that. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna send you over to, should I tell you who I'm sending you over? Or should it be a surprise? I usually don't say it, but I've realized that it's probably better if I do say it, because sometimes some people's content is not, like, up to everyone's alley. So I'm just gonna say, okay, I am going to send you over to Dr. Nova E, VTuber from V4 Mirai, who is also from Tugalandia, Atlantugal. Well, she's from Portugal, not Atlantugal. Yes, it is. It is Nova. It is Nova Cyanic. Is it that obvious? I mean, I haven't only rated Nova so far. I've rated other people as well, including people who have acknowledged, the raid, and I'm like, whoa, okay, awesome. Sweet, more Nova, yeah. She's currently dealing with a bit of a situation. I'll be there just for a little while to just share, to just say, yay, Nova, take care of the Neophytes or something. I saw earlier she was live. Yeah, no, she tends to be live when I finish my streams. Because, yeah, I usually finish, like, around this time, or, like, at 11, or sometimes even midnight. She tends to be online at that time. So, yeah, there's other people who are online, but they're people who I don't have that much of a connection to. Yeah, like, one of them covers mostly, VTuber history and drama, and I'm like, Why does this have the same feeling as your parents sending you to school? Because you are going to a stream from someone who has a doctorate. So yes, you are going to school, Quiveron. I'm sorry. Okay. I guess that's it for today. Whether you're watching this live, or the VOD, or are a lurker, or are a member who just happened to not show up, know that your presence is always appreciated, even if you were here just for a little while. And see you soon. Or, as they say in Atlantis, Ekabe! Bye!